Los Angeles Lakers had such a groundbreaking offseason. For those of you who are non-Laker fans, I would be scared right now. Yeah, I'm fucking lying. The Lakers' high expectations were met with such low hype. Because going into this offseason, the Lakers were expected to trade for a starting caliber center alongside Luka and LeBron. But in doing so, they just gift-wrapped player after player and proceeded to do no trades. And the two players that gift-wrapped to them were Deandre and Ayton, who were surprisingly bought out by the Portland Trail Blazers when everyone thought that he'll be traded for at least something. But the Blazers decided to buy him out, and the Lakers were basically gift-wrapped a starting caliber center in Deandre Ayton. And the second player being Marcus Smart. No one expected Marcus Smart to be bought out, but once he did, it was clear the Lakers were in his sights, and he signed with the Lakers almost instantly. Those are the two players that I gift-wrapped. And then the third player that Lakers signed this offseason was JJ Redick, a young forward who's able to put the ball on the ground, create his own shot. Not really that consistent, but that can change. And defensive end, he is an average defender at best. The Lakers did get better, but how much better, we don't really know yet. Because last year, the Lakers' main problem was center depth. And all thing they added with Deandre Ayton, and the backup center is still Jackson Hayes. I'm not too high on Jackson Hayes being the backup center on a championship caliber team, but we will see. In this whole offseason, the Lakers have done zero trades. Even though right now, they have two backup point guards in Marcus Smart and Gabe Vincent. I don't see a need for both of them, especially if you're willing to have Bronny James play real rotational minutes. It doesn't make sense for all three of them to be in the rotation. And on top of that, you have three playmakers in Luka, LeBron, and Reeves. So there is no point of basically having 6 ball handlers on the team. It's time for Gabe Vincent to go. But who would that be for? I don't know. The Lakers were strongly considering trying to trade for Andrew Wiggins, but Pat Riley has a stick up his ass and refuses to do any trades with the Los Angeles Lakers just to spite LeBron James, because he is still being petty over something that happened 11 years ago, even though he brought 2 championships to the city of Miami. Pat Riley is being a stingy old fuck, and in doing so, he is jeopardizing his team for no reason. That brings me to the second problem outside the backup center, which is forward depth. Because right now on the team, obviously it's LeBron, there's Rui, and the backup forwards are Jake Laravia and Jared Vanderbilt. Missing a point of attack defender. You might be saying, what about Jared Vanderbilt? Vanderbilt is a great 8+ defender, but his offense is basically an F. It is non-existent. Teams don't respect him when he's on the court at all, even as a slasher, a cutter. He can't even make corner threes, so he's a net negative. All his positives on defense are outweighed by his negatives on offense. So there's no point of having on the court for big, extensive minutes. And he isn't a starting caliber forward, so in the starting lineup right now, there really isn't any positive defenders, which is the Lakers' biggest problem. If you're going into the season with a 41-year-old LeBron James being your best perimeter defender, then you are in for a hell of a lot of shit. Because last playoffs, we saw a lot of times where Austin Reeves was guarding the best ball handler. And 9 times out of 10, that isn't going to work. Anthony Edwards was torching the fuck out of him, and nothing the Lakers could do could answer. It makes no sense to start all 5 of those guys together. The Lakers need a POA just so that they can have a little bit of defense in that starting lineup. Able to get a perimeter defender. I think Austin Reeves should go to the bench. I know. That's crazy. A guy who just averaged 20 points per game last season to come off the bench, especially next offseason where he will be a free agent. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out here. Having Luka and Reeves as your backcourt is a recipe for disaster. Both of them cannot hold their own on the perimeter. The Lakers are in desperate need for a POA if they do somehow acquire one before the season starts. Even though Andrew Wiggins seems like it's not a viable option, the Lakers need a pivot and they need to pivot quickly. Getting that POA defender is a necessity. Gabe Vincent and Maxi Kleber have to go. Both expiring contracts and don't connect, and there's 2 first-round picks to be moved. There should be a trade coming soon. Lakers should go all in on the Luka era and stop giving in, because their excuse before was that LeBron was old and AD was old, so there's no point in sacrificing their future. But now when you have a 26-year-old superstar on your team, the future doesn't matter because the future is him. You need to capitalize on now and in the future. So it's better to put the most adequate team around him now instead of worrying about the future, because you don't know what the future will hold. Luka Dončić has significantly slimmed down throughout this offseason. If you guys have been keeping up with Eurobasket, He has been frying on classic Luka numbers in Eurobasket realistically, dropping off team after team, 30-point triple-doubles, the average Luka experience. And defensively, he has taken a step in the right direction, but it wasn't as big as a leap as we all expected. He is moving quicker than he did last year, but not by much. It is an improvement, but not as big as an improvement as a lot of Laker fans hoped, such as myself. I really hope he stepped in the right direction, and I'm assuming throughout the season it will get better as more and more as he get adjusted to the team. He's going to have an MVP caliber season. We all know what Luka does every year, especially with a whole season under his belt with the Los Angeles Lakers this coming year. It's going to be a drastic change for him, but a good change. He's going to be allowed to do Luka things and not really have the offensive pressure as he did last year. Because if you guys don't remember, a lot of the times when the game came down to it, JJ Redick didn't know what to do. He went to Luka hero ball and it did not work at all. No shame on Luka. It's not Luka's fault at all. It's not even JJ's fault. A lot of this was happening so sudden out of nowhere that no one was really prepared to establish a proper offense around Luka. The Lakers had 2 months to kind of get acclimated with the aspect of Luka being on the team, and it had a lot of rough patches. They weren't expected to go far, but this season with Luka fully under his belt and JJ Redick having a whole summer to really prep for this, I'm expecting big things out of this offense. Should be a complete 180 of what we saw last year. No more Luka hero ball towards the end of games that much because it was getting repetitive. Anytime games got close, everyone was kind of standing around and watched Luka ISO, and just figure it out from there. Teams started realizing that and the Timberwolves defense was just sit at home and just have Luka do Luka things. Luka has 30 points with 1 assist. You know that the Timberwolves did a really good job. And on top of that, Luka is gonna have a full season to play next to LeBron. Because also, when Luka first got to the team, LeBron was hurt. LeBron missed a good majority of the beginning of March with an injury. So now we have a full season to kind of get into rhythm with LeBron, Luka, and Reeves. The Lakers are gonna look a lot better than they're gonna look next season. But the biggest question mark with the Lakers are, how good is LeBron James gonna be? Because last year, for the first time in many moons, LeBron averaged below 25, which does not mean that he's going to drop off to under 20. It's a matter of fact of he's finally not going to be the number one option on the team for the first time in years. He was trying to handle the mantle to Anthony Davis for years now, but AD just wasn't budging. He wasn't fully taking that responsibility of being the number one player on the team. But now with Luka, this is Luka's team now. Everything revolves around Luka. He's the one who recruited Deandre Ayton. He's the one who recruited Marcus Smart. He's putting the players around him that make him better and who he feels comfortable with playing. He is taking those steps as a leader of the team, which AD wasn't doing, which isn't a fault to AD. AD just isn't a number one option type of guy. Is LeBron going to fully regress, average less than 20? Hell no. But I think he might. He will 100% average less than 25, while Luka averages 30 plus. Reeves is going to average around 20, and he's going to have one of his most efficient seasons. But a lot of people are going to look at his numbers and be like, oh, LeBron fell off. It's not going to be that case at all. It's going to be more of a he's going to pick his spots, play more of the off-ball role so that he doesn't have to exhaust his body that much at the offensive end, and kind of have Luka do his thing and Reeves do his thing without him needing to get the ball in his hands and take over time after time again, especially in clutch time scenarios like he was doing with AD. Because for some reason, throughout all these years, coaches refused to get the ball to AD in the fourth quarter. There was multiple times where AD would take 1 to 2 shots in the fourth after dropping 30 in 3 quarters. So this season, it's going to take a step in the right direction with Luka kind of taking that mantle as the closer of the team like he was doing last year, but not to the extremes of last year where it was just Luka, save us, Luka, save us over and over again, no matter how everyone else was doing. It was a matter of Luka, you do you. And with JJ having a full summer to fully prep for Luka Dončić, it's going to be a step in the right direction. Because last year, he spent the whole summer prepping for AD and LeBron, and then when the Luka trade happened, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to adjust on the fly, which is no shame to him. He was his first-year coach. You would give him some leeway. This year, I'm expecting better things, and I'm very, very excited to see Luka Dončić in a Laker jersey. There is no other way to put it. A slimmed down Luka with a chip on the shoulder to really prove everyone wrong. It's going to surprise a lot of people. Luka Dončić is my favorite this year to win MVP. As long as the Lakers maintain that top 3 to 4 seed, there is no way he doesn't win MVP this year. As good as Jokic does, as good as Shea is, this is Luka's MVP to lose going into the season. There's no reason why he shouldn't win it. The top 4 teams in the West go to Oklahoma, Denver, Houston, and the Lakers. I feel like those are the top 4 seeds. Those are the top 4 seeds, with the Thunder being the best team in the West still. And you can see Denver, Houston, or the Lakers fall for the 2 to 4 seed depending on injuries and struggling early on. With the Rockets adding Kevin Durant, it's going to be a little bit of adjustment. And the Lakers can fall between 3 to 4. And their ceiling is 3 to 4 seed, and the floor is like a 6 seed. There's no way to fall into the play-in. They are better than majority of the Western Conference teams. No matter how stacked the West is, the Lakers do match up really well against them. Let me know in the comments down below of what you guys think of the Los Angeles Lakers going into next season. And as always, guys, go hard on them dudes. Salute.